Getting lost in the thrill. We were high up in the hills, no track of time. Slow it down, keep it real. We collide tonight. Yeah, paradise in your eyes. I'm not yours and you're not mine. You say you never wanna go. If you're running alone, tell me like I'm never gonna leave. Tell me like I'm yours. Tell me like I'm never gonna leave. Tell me like I'm yours. Tell me like I'm never gonna leave. Tell me like I'm yours. Tell me like I'm never gonna leave. Tell me like I'm yours. Something about you so healing. In the haze, in the days when you're near me, running out on the feeling. Keep it on, keep it going while I'm here. Paradise in your eyes. I'm not yours and you're not mine. You say you never wanna go. If you're running alone, tell me like I'm never gonna leave. Tell me like I'm yours. Tell me like I'm never gonna. What's up, my people? Tell me like I'm yours. Tell me like I'm never gonna leave. Well, I'm so glad that you were able to stop by, Dark Ambrosia Goddess, and Angela, and everybody else who's in the chat right now. Welcome, you guys. I'm not going to be here long tonight. I really wanted to come and share. I don't know what to call this. Like, is it a memory? It's a memory, but it's not a dream. Or and I really don't want to say it was during astral travels, but I would say that it's closer to me traveling astrally than it would be a dream. But it really feels more like parallel worlds, okay? Because I visit parallel worlds. I have all my life, right? So I want to tell y'all about this one particular world, because today was such a beautiful day. The sun was out, so I made sure I got out and I got some sun. I charged up my melanin. I was thinking about all of the theories that people have about the sun being fake, there being 2 or 3 suns, and all of that. And I can't negate any of their okay, so I can't negate any of their theories or anything like that. That's not what I'm here to do. But it did, it does remind me of this world that I would always visit. I haven't gone there in a while. Okay, I would say maybe a couple years, but I still never forgot that world. And I know it's a real place. Okay, so I don't know if this is something that well, let me tell y'all about the world first off. Okay. Wait a minute, I'm gonna tell y'all about it, and then I'm gonna tell y'all what my theory on, what this could represent or what it could be as far as in relation to us and the world that we're in, okay, right now. And yes, I am still sipping on my wine, but this is the last of it. So when did I get that? Like Saturday. So that's about how long a glass of wine takes me to drink, you guys, if I'm just drinking by myself, okay? So I'm the only one who drinks wine here, okay? There are always days where there's no sun. Okay, so let me tell y'all about, and welcome Star, M Fox, and everyone else in the chat, okay? I want to tell y'all about the place, okay? Can y'all hear me okay over the music? So the place that I would go to, it was like It was a world, it was just a neighborhood that I that's familiar to me, not familiar to me in this world, but it was familiar to me in that world. Okay. But the thing about that world was like, it's always like twilight. It's always twilight, like all, like dusk dawn, like the time of day that it is right now outside. I don't know where y'all are, but it's like the sun has just set, so it's like twilight, dusk dawn. There's no sun in the sky, just like the remnants of the sun, or like the sun is behind something because it's setting, right? And so this world, when I would go to it, there was like this big metal ball that had replaced the sun. Okay. And in this world, this was what it looked like all the time. So it was almost always like twilight, dusk, dark in that world. And the people in that world, they were normal, you know what I'm saying? They don't look no different than us. They look like us. They're normal, you know what I'm saying? Because the neighborhood that I would be in, I would be going to a like a corner store, just like around the way in the hood type corner store, because I grew up in Detroit. Okay. So this neighborhood and these places that I would be going to in this place were not much different from a neighborhood, like I said, corner store. So I would be going to the corner store and stuff like that. But I remember having this feeling in me all the time while I'm in that world. It's like I had a life in that world, or I'm there. It's not like it's unfamiliar to me, but at the same time, I remember the sun. Okay. And all the other people in that world didn't remember the sun. And I hated being there because it's nighttime to me all the time. And to them, that's just how it looks. It's normal. And also the sun, there was no sun. Okay. When you look up in the sky, there was a big metal ball. Okay. And I hated it there because the big metal ball was not just a metal ball that I knew had replaced a sun. I remembered the sun, and these people I guess they never had known the sun, or it was just normal. This twilight, dusk, dawn hue to the atmosphere, it was normal to them. And me, I was like always in a state of like depression because I remembered the sun, and I didn't understand why everybody was acting like this dusk dawn. The way that things look was normal. And when you look up in the sky, it was a big metal, like metallic ball where the sun should be. And I knew that ball was like a big, monitoring type of device. Okay. It felt like a big camera, but it's more than a camera. So it basically was recording and monitoring everybody on the planet and every little move that we make and everything that we did. Okay. So we were constantly being watched and constantly under surveillance, and there was no sun. Okay, now this is a real place, and this is a real world that I was visiting. I'm not talking about a dream that I had, and I'm not talking about, I can't say for sure that I wasn't astral traveling, but to me, when I travel, it's different. Okay, so this to me is a parallel world. And to me, these parallel worlds feel like they're side by side with this one. So it's not about a time span and anything like that. So it could quite possibly be a parallel world that's right next to this reality, like in another dimension, or it could possibly be something that our world is moving towards becoming. So that's my theory about it. Like, I'm trying to figure out, is this something that we're heading towards? And the reason why I say that is because of what people are saying about the sun. Okay. There's one guy on here that I watch his videos from time to time, and he talks about how the sky right now is like a simulation, and the sun is fake and all of that. And he's very valid. This is Dragon's Blood Sage, you guys. I'm trying to keep it lit. It smells so good. It doesn't smell anything like white sage that we normally burn. It has kind of like a dragon's blood scent, if you've ever burned dragon's blood, and like a cedar kind of smell. So it's different, but I love it. Okay, and it costs a little bit more, but I think they just soak it in the dragon's blood. Powerful stuff, though. So you've been to that world. Okay, let me read some of these comments now, you guys. Yes. Oh my God. Star. Y'all are tripping me out right now. Are y'all really telling me that y'all have been to this world? Okay. And Yeah. This is that the same guy? The guy I'm talking about, I think his channel is called Donnie of Daytona. Okay. And but if there's another guy that talks about that stuff, somebody send me a link so I can check it out. Okay. Let me finish reading these. I've been there too, but it was underground. That's someone's place with a big booty. And I felt unwelcome. Wow. Okay, so I'm tripping on y'all dreams that are kind of parallel to mine. Um, like I said, to me, it's not a dream, it's a place. Okay. And if y'all say y'all have been there, then y'all know this is a place. And yes, it's a trashy, like city type neighborhood. And the place that, the thing that stands out to me for some reason is a store that I would be going to, like walking to the store and thinking and like remembering the sun and just wondering why these people think everything is normal. Even though I don't know if there had ever been a sun in that world, but I knew that there should be a sun and that I remember the sun. I did not like being under surveillance. You're constantly being watched. It was just like a prison planet and it stayed dark all the time. And so I'm just trying to figure out, like, is this something that we're heading towards? Or is it symbolic of, what I'm saying? I know that it's symbolic, but like, or is this a parallel world that already exists? Because I always felt before I started thinking about, is the sun fake? Is there different suns and all this type of, stuff? Because we have shifted. Our reality has shifted. Our whole paradigm has shifted. Okay. So, there's a lot going on in the cosmos. Okay. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, because for some reason today being outside in the sun was extremely bright. And I'm trying to I was like asking myself, if this sun is fake, is it still giving me my vitamins? Is it still recharging my melanin? And I don't want to start thinking all those kinds of thoughts, because you can negate the power that the elements are doing for you just by thinking those thoughts. Okay. So, but it made me think about that dream, and I just wanted to share that dream with you guys. And I'm glad I did, because, it sounds like I'm not the only one having it. The atmosphere, because when I go to different places, what I always remember about the place is the way it feels. Okay. Because they all have a feeling tone. All the different worlds that we visit, they have a feeling tone to them. Okay. And the feeling tone of that world, I hated being there, because it was like these people, to them, this was how it's just how it is. Like, they're just normal. They didn't miss the sun. They didn't think about the sun. And so they were just walking around, going to the store, acting normal. And to me, I'm like, this is nighttime, but it's nighttime all the time. Why aren't y'all depressed? We need the sun. You know what I'm saying? And why y'all so cool with just being under surveillance all the time? Like, I feel like the other people knew that we were all under surveillance too by this thing, but they had just adapted to it. And honestly, that's how I feel in this world. Not about the darkness and all of that, but like, I never felt like I belonged in this world either. And this is how I feel about a lot of the people, because I look at it and, like, people seem to be comfortable with the way things are here, with the way people treat each other, with the way the system is. People seem to have adapted to this shit. And for me, I will never adapt to it, because I know that this is not as it should be. You know what I'm saying? And so, I kind of feel it was more melancholy in that world. Of course, I had a more melancholy feeling, because at least in this world we do have the sun. You know what I'm saying? But in that world, I didn't feel really too much different than how I feel in this world. That a lot of people have adapted to the system and the way things are. And I'm not like most people, because again, most people in this world are narcissistic in nature, and I'm nothing like that. Okay. And I'm not being egotistical when I say that, trying to act like I'm so all love and light and I'm good. No, we all have narcissistic tendencies. Okay. But I have a heart. I have a big one. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what separates, you know what I'm saying, the humans from the damn demons. Okay. I have a soul, I have a spirit, I have an inclination to want to help other people. And I don't have a problem putting my needs aside for a moment to help another person. You know, that's just it's second nature, it's instinct for me. For most people, it's not. For most people, their second nature, their very first nature and their first instinct is self-preservation at all costs by any means necessary. Okay. So, and not saying that I'm not about self-preservation. I'm damn sure going to preserve and take care of myself, but I don't see the people as being separate from myself. And so I'm going to take care of us all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not okay. Like, I would never be a person who would be okay if, like, I got rich and I can just go live and I can escape all the problems of the world by going to live in an area where none of that shit is happening at. And I'm eating the best food and I don't have to worry about my food being poisoned and all that. And I could just go and live and watch people, you know, admire me and envy me and just be okay with it. I'm not going to ever be okay until I know that we're all okay. Okay. So that's my job here. So I'm not one of those people who can just sit there and gather up things for myself and sit above other people and watch other people go without and suffer, and me have more than I can have, you know, more than I need. I'm not going to do it. I don't have a desire to be envied by people and to, you know, to control people or for people to, you know, to want what I have and all that superficial bullshit. That's not who I am. Okay, so that none of that shit appeals to me. And so I wouldn't be okay for me to just get out of the matrix, for me to just get out of the system and to leave everybody else behind and just let them watch me enjoy the fruits. You know what I'm saying? That's not the world that I want to see. The world I want to see is that everybody has what they need because there's more than enough for everybody here. And so that's what I want to see. I want to see all the resources on this planet be equally distributed so that everybody has what they need. Okay. All of my life, I've had that archetypal dream of being like a big person. Even when I was little, I saw myself as big and I always wanted some little people. I don't know if y'all ever saw that little cartoon called The Littles. That was my favorite cartoon because I always had a dream and I always felt in my heart. And I believe this is the vision that the Most High has always given me to show me what my purpose is. But because what I remember is a vision. I don't remember it being a dream, but I always saw myself being big and had these, and the people were little, like the world, everybody in the world was little. And I was so happy because I was going to take care of them and I could make my world how I wanted it to be. And nobody was going to go without anything. Everybody's going to have what they needed. And I was so grateful to have the opportunity to take care of these little people. Now, that's not a dream. It's a vision that I've always had, like in my heart, in the back of my mind. I don't know, but it was put there and it was to show me my purpose. So this is why you know what I'm saying? This is why I do the things I do. This is why I move the way that I move, because I know what my purpose is. You know what I'm saying? And the purpose fulfillment. You know what I'm saying, is the purpose of my life. That's the driving, you know, the fuel behind everything that I do, to fulfill my purpose of being as truly helpful to other people as I can possibly be. When I'm doing that, then that's how I feel like I'm fixing myself. You know what I'm saying? I can't fix myself unless I fulfill my purpose, which is to help other people. So it all comes full circle, which everything does, that the Most High has created. Okay, so just like I said, our breath becomes the breath for the trees, and their breath becomes our breath. Okay, that's the same thing. That's the way everything works. It works in a circular motion. Everything comes back to the source. You get back what you give. It's a yin and yang. It's a give and take, because there's only one of us. Okay, there is but one of us. And so what you doing and what you're putting out there is what you're going to get back. You know, so when you're doing baneful magic, you know, it's a tip that I don't know if I gave y'all on this channel, but of course I do baneful magic. But I always listen to the case first. If it's in my own case, you know what I'm saying? You cannot be a hothead. You have to be disciplined. And I know I seem like one, but that's only when I have let my spirits take over. And by then it's okay. It's time. Okay. We've decided that we're going to go ahead and move forward. Okay. But, you have to be disciplined in doing your work, and you have to only do it in self-defense, and only do it if you're righteous in your indignation. Okay, so you have to be given authority to you know, make these types of decisions. You know whether you're right or wrong. You know what role you played and what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Even if you go to a a root worker and get us to do your work for you. If you ain't telling us the whole story about the person you're trying to get us to harm, it's all going to fall back on you. You know what I'm saying? This is why we do consultations. This is why we hear about the case first, because we're not going to take any case that's going to put us in debt spiritually with our spirits. You know what I'm saying? So if the case is something that I feel that it's a righteous, you know what I'm saying, vengeance, you know, and to each his own, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that. But you know, you have to be very careful doing it, and make sure that you have a right to do it. You can't come up here because you can lose your life, okay, doing baneful work on people just because you're jealous of them, just because you don't like them. You know, you have to be very careful, and you have to be righteous, okay, in your works. Okay, now I'm not going to say that everybody, you know, when I say self-defense, I mean somebody slandering you, verbally attacking you, they just won't stop. That's not the first avenue you take, you know, when that's happening. But when it becomes relentless, sometimes you got to shut them the fuck up, period. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to shut people up. Sometimes you have to freeze their asses. Sometimes you have to jar them up. You got to do what you got to do to make shit happen. At the same time, you have to be balanced, okay, with your mind and with your heart, with your head and your heart. So you can't just move off pure emotion and be like, I'm mad at this bitch was talking shit, I'm about to do this work. It's not worth calling forth your spirits, using your energy to do it if it ain't about nothing. So, you know, don't sweat the small stuff, but, you know, do what you need to do when it's time to do it. Okay. But the point that I wanted to make was, again, the sun was beautiful today. There's a lot of theories about it being fake, there being more than one. And it reminded me of that dream. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't know if this is something that we're coming to, but what I've always thought was that it was something that our world could possibly become if we didn't, you know, make certain changes. But since I hadn't had the dream, or hadn't been to that place in a couple of years at least, then I was feeling like, well, maybe we changed our course. And I'm still, you know, I'm still trying to put this all together as far as all these, you know, the whether the sun is fake, whether the whole entire night sky is a computer simulation, which is very possible. You know, and if it is, then how does that fit into what I was being shown in this parallel world? And like I said, I don't feel that this is it could possibly be something in the future. It could be this world in the future, but I feel like this is a world that exists right now beside us. So I really want to know what y'all think about it, because again, I'm glad I told y'all the story, because some of you guys, you know, have had similar dreams. So I really want to know what y'all think the dreams are telling you and what it's showing you, because I interpret dreams, but what I'm trying to figure out is low battery. The time frame. Is that this world something that this world could become, or is this a complete separate parallel world? Okay. And so I'm going to be you know, thinking about it. I will come back, because I usually get a little bit of clarity once I start to focus on a certain subject. And let me read some of the comments, because I know something is going on with the sun. There's definitely something going on in the cosmos, period. Okay, so I'm definitely going to keep an eye out. So let me read some of these comments. They look interesting. Okay. Okay. So you think that's the realm we're in? Okay. Okay, it didn't feel right. Yes, I didn't belong in that world. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of felt like, I'm hoping and praying that it's not, but if it is, it's symbolic, because they are saying, like, if this is a fake sun. Now I don't believe it. I think because if it is, that's some major shit that y'all are doing in the cosmos to cover up the real sun. The sun is a portal, okay, where, you know, where airships come through from other dimensions, and information, and, you know, comes through from other dimensions, a quality of light that, you know what I'm saying, that we need in order to live. So if they've covered that up, because if so, then that my dream has an interpretation as far as if this is fake, that means that the real sun is being shielded or covered by something, okay, in order to try to prevent something from happening. Now, what I know is that they do travel back and forth through time to try to prevent the inevitable, what has already been written. The godless beings are going to perish in the fire. This has already been written, okay, and it has already happened because they go to they you know, just think about this as far as time travel goes. If and when, because we already know that they are going to discover time travel. We already know, some of us know that it all is already been discovered. Okay. So even if they were to discover it in the year 3000, for those of you who don't believe that they're already doing it, if they were to discover it in the year 3000, wouldn't that still make it possible for them to be here right now? Say if they discovered it in the year 3000, couldn't a time traveler come back to 2019? Couldn't they go back to 1919? Once it's discovered, it's happening. Whether it was back in, if whether you knew about it in the 50s or you know about it now, even if it just gets discovered a million years in the future, that still makes it possible for a time traveler to be in this reality right now. Okay. So I want to know what y'all think about that. Also, because they do travel time, this is the reason I made the point, is because I want y'all to understand that they are traveling back and forth in time to try to do all types of things to prevent what has already been written, to try to prevent the inevitable. Okay. Which is why we have the Mandela effect, which is why we have glitches in the matrix, which is why we have deja vu. Okay. Because we've done this before. Some of us several times before, and some of us remember it. Okay. It's not like a memory. It's not like a dream. It's like you remember every single detail because it's something that you've already lived before. Okay. Some of us are so awake and aware for the glitches. I remember sitting and talking to my cousin one time at the table, and we were drinking some wine and chilling. And all of a sudden it was like, you know how a glitch happens in the matrix, like you skipped a scene in a movie or something, and so all of a sudden you're at the next part of the scene. That's what happened to us. And we both were aware of it. Like, what the hell just happened? It was like 1 minute you're in one part of the conversation, and the next minute you at the end of the conversation, but you didn't remember the middle. You skipped straight from this to the middle. Like we lost some time, and we were both aware of it. So little glitches like that in the matrix, and like I said, deja vu, Mandela effect, all of these are evidence of people, traveling back and forth in time and tampering with the reality. Okay. So it's very possible that this world is us moving into what we're moving into. But for me, what I'm going to go with right now is that I feel like it's not that. I feel like it is a parallel reality. Now that don't mean, because even saying that, those two things could both be true. Okay. Somebody said that it's the reality that we're currently in. It did feel very much like the reality that we're currently in, only that the sun was no longer there. It was twilight all the time, and there was a big metal ball recording everybody's movements and monitoring everybody's movements on the planet. It was horrible. Okay. And there was like a deep depression in me because of it. I was deeply depressed because everybody else had adapted to it and saw this twilight reality as normal. And I'm like, this is not gonna see, as long as they see it as normal, they're not gonna do nothing to try to get the sun back. We're gonna live in this dark ass depressing reality. And on another level, it wasn't that literal. I feel like it was symbolic. Okay. So yes, we are all under surveillance as we speak. Yes, the sun probably is covered up and we're living under a false sun, because there's certain things and certain energies that they would definitely have an interest in preventing from coming in and activating the people of the sun. Okay. And activating those who are going to rebel against this false reality, or rebel against the false matrix, rebel against, the people who are going to be divergent in the whole situation. Okay. So we need that energy from the sun in order to be activated. So they would definitely have a vested interest in covering that up and keeping that from happening. Okay. For the same reason that all of the teachers and the prophets and the sages have been murdered in the past. The reason why all of the holistic doctors and, the people who have cured cancer, such as Dr. Sebi and, other people who come with these miraculous, breakthroughs into this reality, they try to shut it up. So of course they would, have an interest in not activating all these people because there would be too many. You can't kill us all. Okay, so there's definitely, if it's more symbolic, then it makes sense that this is the reality that we're in right now. So I'm gonna think more about it, y'all, because I get clarity on things when I sit with it for a minute. I hadn't thought about it much before I clicked on here because I was really trying to catch some of the sun because it was beautiful today. It was a beautiful, perfect day. Okay, the only thing about the day that I don't like is that I know that there's narcs out there ruining it for people. Like, why the hell they can't just enjoy the beautiful day and let people enjoy the beautiful day? You know what I'm saying? I know that there were some people who were not able to enjoy the day or fully enjoy it because of the narcs in their lives. Even on a beautiful day, such as what today was, a narc in your life will make that feel like a gray and gloomy day. A narc makes your whole world feel like that world with the metal ball in it as the sun. Okay. Let me, I definitely, Al Balik. Okay, is he the one? I know about him. Okay, I know about Al Balik, erudite siren, the Cosmos City. Well, he went to alternate. Okay, I thought I'm not, because I study a lot of different things. I know that name is familiar. I was thinking that he was the one who had actually gone to the inner earth. That was Admiral Byrd. Okay, that was Admiral Byrd. So I'm mixing it up. So Al Balik went to the future. I know his story, and I know a lot of the people's stories who say they went to the future and came back, and also some of the time travelers who are here right now who say they're traveling time. Okay, so I believe some of them. Yes, it's always like I said, gray, gloomy, yeah, wet, and there's no sun. You know what I'm saying? So when there's no sun, everything is just like, missing some shit. Everything's gray. You know what I'm saying? I also think they can escape the fire. It's just the time travelers are divided. The ones with ego trying to save themselves and the ones who are trying to save humanity. You are right, Dark Ambrosia Goddess. You are so right. The people who are soulless, they are scrambling at this time because we're in the age of Aquarius. Everything's being revealed. All the things that they were trying to hide before, all the things that they were trying to, only reveal half truths about it, and all the things that they've been doing that people didn't know nothing about. All of these things are being brought to the light. You're no longer going to be able to hide from these things. And so it is, it is the fact that the battle is being seen and people are scrambling. And like you said, those who are empathic in nature are scrambling to save the humanity. And then the ones who are soulless, they're scrambling to save themselves. But like I said, this is the part of the war, I guess, that I wasn't able to see in my dream because I saw the beginning of it and I saw the end, but I did not see the middle part of it. So, somehow all of this comes together to give me a pieces of a puzzle that I'm gonna need to piece together. You know what I'm saying? But I know that world where we were under surveillance, it's very possible that it is this current world because it's symbolic of what's happening. We are all under surveillance. And again, the sun might very well be covered up and we're looking at something fake to pacify us while they, try to reroute things or do whatever they're going to do. At the end of the day, this is what I know. They cannot thwart the will of the Most High. And so it will go down. Okay. And all the things that they're doing to try to change it is only going to make things worse for them, which is why at the end, it was just this horrible, ever burning fire that they couldn't escape. Okay. So, but for all these things to be coming back to me, there's other worlds that I visit, you guys. I'm gonna tell y'all about them as they come to me. Not saying that I can't pull them up and think about them right now, but I'm gonna talk to them as they're become more pertinent to what's going on right now. Because even me telling y'all about this place, the pertinence of it hasn't become apparent yet, because I told y'all how the Most High shows me things. So I'm gonna show y'all the way that it's being shown to me. I get the experience first, and then I get the explanation. So like I said, by the time you get the explanation, there is no doubt in your mind because you've already had the experience to validate it. Okay, so that's how things work. So right now, that place that I go to that does not have a sun, it keeps coming back to my mind. So I feel like, it eventually, and it's not going to be too far in the future, the meaning and the significance, the pertinence of why it's coming back to me now is going to come. It's going to come back to me. It's going to be pieced together with this puzzle, because the downloads that are coming in are not giving me information that we don't already know. They're giving us information that we need to remember. Okay, to remember means to put back together. Okay, just like if my arms and hands and stuff was apart, I would be putting my members back together, okay, to get that whole again. So that's what we're in the process of doing, those of us who are aware of the revelations, because we are, if you was to go through the book of the Bible, you know what I'm saying, and you want to go by that, we would definitely be in the book of Revelations right now, okay, because a lot of things are being revealed, okay. We are in the age of Aquarius, okay. So there's no more darkness in which to hide as far as secrets and all of that goes. All of these things are being revealed. This is why all these transvestigations are coming out. All the stuff in the government is coming out. All the secrets are being divulged, because it is written that everything that has been done in the darkness has come to the light, and the light is here. Okay, the light is here, you guys. We'll move the earth from her place. Our old true sun was Saturn, and our new sun. Yeah, everything is different, y'all. If you I don't remember what I was watching. Crystal healing vibrations. I believe it was Crystal. Y'all need to get up on Crystal too. She is a master teacher. She don't call herself that. I call her that. Okay. Crystal healing vibrations. Okay. The Most High definitely speaks through this woman and teaches through her. Okay. She will go over some people's heads with her depth of knowledge. Okay. But if you're ready for her, definitely check out Crystal healing vibrations. But she was showing diagrams of the body, the human body, and how our human body is being reconfigured into something different. Our lungs are not where they used to be. Our heart is not where it used to be. Our bodies are being reconfigured. Now, I always knew that this was going to happen, but the fact that it's actually happening and we can see it, because, you be knowing a lot of stuff. You believe in a lot of things, but, it becomes real. This is why I appreciate the 3D, is because it becomes real when you can experience it with your five senses, because, again, that's how you experience this world, through your five senses. So when you can see it, hear it, smell it, touch it, and taste it, it's real to you. And when you can see that our bodies have changed, we know the human, we were made to study the human anatomy as children, you know what I'm saying? Growing up in school, whatever. If you look at it 20 years ago and look at it now, our bodies have changed because we are becoming a completely different species of human being. Okay. We started out with 12 strands of DNA, and now we only have two. Okay, so imagine what our capabilities are, like the movie Lucy. Okay, when we are at 100% capacity of our brain, because we know that we only use, and it's common knowledge that we only use 10% of our brains. Why are people okay with that? You know what I'm saying? I've never been okay with knowing that. Okay, because what are we really capable of if we activate the other 90% of our brains? You know what I'm saying? What are we really capable of? Like I said, we're magical. We are children of a magical, perfect creator. So why wouldn't we have the power to create in that same way? If you are a child of God, doesn't that make you a God as well? You know what I'm saying? See, the Most High does not need you to diminish yourself to remain being the Most High. And so you can be as big as you need to be. You do not need to diminish your light. That does not honor your creator. Okay, just like you want your own children to become the best that they can be, the creator wants you to become the best. Okay, so if you have the ability to create things, to make shit happen, make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I was initiated as a child of the universe, all the angels and all of the everything in the cosmos, they were proud of me. They loved me. They were happy that I was learning and becoming the spiritual and powerful being that I was becoming. They were helping me. So I didn't feel any judgment from the universe. And people can fear that all they want. But like I said, when them fires come, they're going to wish they knew a person like me. You know what I'm saying? You're going to need us because y'all are trapped into the matrix. People are stuck in the matrix, and the matrix is basically built of material, of matter, and all of those things can burn. Okay. And that which is built of spirit does not, that it cannot burn, it cannot die because it is life itself. Okay. It's been there a lot. That world is dark and people are just going. Yes, yes, Star. You, I'm telling you, I really feel like you have been to where I've been because people just going about that. That's exactly what I'm amazed by. Like, why are these people acting all normal? Just going to the store, buying stuff. You know, it's just like a normal day. You go to the store, people just acting normal, like nothing is wrong. And I'm sitting here and I keep looking up at the sky and I'm like, the fuck is that? Like it's a big metal, shiny metal ball, and it's looking at us like it's recording everything. And where is the sun? And they're just like they never knew about the sun. Like this is how it is. This is how it should be. They are have adapted to this. Maybe this is their world. Maybe they were born there. But like I said, it's a dark world. It is always cold there. It's always wet, and there's trash. It's trashy. It's like a city. You know what I'm saying? It's like an urban city. That's not the only place that I would go, but that's what I remember. Like a city corner store little area. You know what I'm saying? That's where I always remember walking around to and seeing people just going about their business. You know what I'm saying? So it's really weird to but also refreshing to hear another person say that they've been there, because I believe you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, what the hell? My whole thing was, I'm just so happy that I don't have to stay there. You know what I'm saying? That I know that something's wrong. Like, no, I know, I remember the sun. Okay, but again, I don't feel that much different in this world. I don't feel that much different about this world. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always felt like I really don't belong here either. Things ain't right. And people have adapted and they think that this is just the way it is and it's normal. So that world was worse, but it was still kind of that same feeling tone. Okay. So yeah, so I just wanted to come by and share that with you guys. I really do want to know. Some of us travel to block spirits and protect timelines. True. True, because when you're traveling when you're astral traveling, there are gatekeepers that won't let you into certain places, so into certain realms, and you ain't supposed to be out there in some of these places. Okay, so that's very true. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of what I do, because I'm gonna tell y'all about some of the other worlds that I've been to. But I'm gonna split them up because I don't want my videos to be too long. But there's another world that I go to. So remind me if I don't remember next time to tell y'all about this other world. Because in this world, I am a male. Okay, I feel like I'm a Caucasian male, but I can't really see myself. But I feel like I'm a white guy, right? And in that world, I'm surrounded. It's like metal. Everything's metal. Like I hate that life too. So everything's metal. I got a metal lunch box. The place that I work at, I go up these metal hard ass steps. There's a metal gate next to it. It's all like all industrial shit. Okay. And most of my life is centered around doing this job. I don't really have a life. You know what I'm saying? So remind me to tell y'all about that world as well. And there's another, well, I ain't gonna tell. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna start telling y'all about the parallel worlds that I've been visiting ever since ever since I can remember. Okay. And I've known that they're not dreams. And it's different from when you astral travel too. So it's a parallel to me. It's a parallel life. Sometimes even during my day in my waking, moments while I'm awake and I'm doing stuff here, I will get like a surge of that my other self in that other world doing shit right now. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to share that with you guys. And if y'all have those types of experiences as well, I want us to start sharing those experiences because they are very significant. Okay. Because I always would wonder, because I knew that like I'm in a lot of different worlds at one time, and I know that they're all happening at the same time. Okay. And I always felt like, and this is what I've been waiting for damn near all my life, is like, what is going to happen when I fully, because I can almost pull those other memories of those other parts of myself up to the surface. Like, you know how you have something on the tip of your tongue and the memory of something. So if I'm like, damn, what's going to happen when I fully can remember, you know what I'm saying, my name in that other world, who I am, you know what I'm saying, the other people, because in those other worlds, they got other people in them that I love. They're my family, just like I got family here. And you know what I'm saying? It's a real world, it's a real life. And they're very closely side by side. So I'm like so close, in fact, that I feel like one day I'll be able to remember my other world while I'm in this one. But what is that going to do? What is it going to cause? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just really excited about it because we're in some very magical times, y'all. There's magic in the air. I can feel it. And I feel like worlds are going to collide as far as our parallel worlds, and a lot of things are going to start, the blanks are going to start being filled in, and things that we didn't have clarity on. You know, a lot of, like I said, revelations. So all of the things that were missing from your puzzle are going to be found. They're going to be put in place. They're going to be revealed, and the puzzle, the message is going to be revealed. The memory will be there of who you are and what we're here to do. Okay, and how to use our powers. All of those things are coming right now. So I want y'all to be prepared. Okay, this is, which is why I'm sharing these things with you right now. I could have shared them a long time ago, but I'm sharing them now because this is when my spirit is telling me to move and to share these things with you. And I'm glad that I have, because it looks like y'all are having them too. Okay. A soul cannot burn. Burn this world. Yes, hell on earth. This was like an underground sewer cities when as the sun didn't even see. I didn't see. No, there was no moon. There was a world. There was a sun. Never goes down as well. Okay, I got to think about that one because I don't know about the one where the sun never goes down. Unless, are you saying that you've been there, or we know? I know that there's worlds where sun never goes out. Now, this is, I haven't been to those, okay? But I know because I remember telling Michael that when I first met him. I told him I remember a brighter world where it's always bright, okay? So on some level deep in my subconscious, I do know that, you know what I'm saying? But it's so far from, you know what I'm saying? There are so many worlds that we visit. So I want us to start sharing you know, what the experiences are, because I said these parallel worlds are different from astral travel, and they're different from dreams. Okay, so yes, dreams are prophetic. Some dreams only originate in our subconscious, but some dreams are messages from our spirit guides and our ancestors. Okay, so they're different from that. These are literally parallel worlds that I ain't gotta be asleep to remember it. I could be sitting here, I could be in the middle of doing something, and maybe a smell, something will bring that other part of me almost to the surface, to where I can almost remember the other people in that other world, what I'm doing, what my name is, what do I do for a living. That's, it's a whole other person, whole other identity, but so many similarities, very, very similar. You know what I'm saying? Very similar as far as the things that I do, the frequency that I'm on, and the people that are in my life and all of that. Very similar, but just different. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, my favorite show growing up was The Twilight Zone, because it was I knew that it was alluding to a spiritual world that, you know what I'm saying, that was very real. That I never saw Twilight Zone as science fiction. You know what I'm saying? I knew that they had tapped into something that was very real. And to this day, that's one of my favorite shows. And I do like the old black and white ones. I don't like the new shit. I like the old Twilight Zones with Rod Serling, because I always knew that they were telling us about. See, I don't believe in science fiction. There's no such thing. There is what your mind can handle, and what they're preparing your mind to handle. So the truth, the real truth that most people know nothing about, is stranger than that which they call fiction. And that's not just some cliche words that I'm saying. It is the truth. Okay. Yeah. And it probably was my city because, like I said, Star, it was something that was very familiar. It was a very, very familiar corner store. little just the feel was very familiar. So it was like a city that I know, but it was dark. You are very right. So you could be very right. It's this world that's dark, but I always felt like that was like a possibility to happen to this world, but not that it was something that was actually going to happen, that had happened. I felt like it's a real world that exists right now. It's the world that happened when we made other decisions, because every possibility already exists. It's about which frequency we're going to vibrate on, to which one are we experiencing. And at times, I guess that's a low of a world in a lower vibration. At times, I would sink to that vibration and visit that world. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense to me. But I ain't finished interpreting this. I haven't finished trying to work this out in my mind, because like I said, we're in very strange and magical times. You know what I'm saying? And people who are running around here narking and still doing that third dimensional ass shit, like trying to make people miserable and being, just troublesome to people, that shit's played out. Those are going to be the people who are burning, because they holding us back. The rest of us are trying to move to this new planet, this new world. Okay, and these people are just holding us back, doing this old, tired ass, demonic activities, trying to hold folks back. So, the separation is coming right now. And it's not going, I'm telling you, this is very close, because there's a quickening in my spirit that is making me remember all of this stuff for some reason. All the puzzles, like I said, all the pieces of the puzzle are going to be put back together, and we're going to be able to see the picture and decipher the message. Okay. So we should be excited. Yes, that you are so right, Dark Ambrosia Goddess. Even like I said, I ain't even got to be asleep. I can be sitting right here, and it's like all of a sudden I'm drawn into my other self in that other world, and I'm already in the car talking to my people in that world. We're riding. We're in the midst of already living that life and doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you're so right. It's like, um, and then I do feel like sometimes when you go to sleep, or you doze off, or you zone out in this world, you go into that one. You know what I'm saying? Where do people go when they're in comas and shit like that? Like, or when they put you under, when you're having an operation, because you're not dead, you're not, you know what I'm saying? They can medically induce a coma. So what they're doing is sinking you down into other levels of consciousness, where your consciousness is not focused on your body, so you can't feel what they're doing to your body. But where is your consciousness? Okay, that's a very real question. Where do you go? You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, I believe you go to these parallel worlds, because I have always believed that we are all exist in at least 11 different dimensions at one time, and possibly more. And I know that every possibility exists, meaning that there's a fat you, there's a skinny you, there's a wealthy you, there's a you that went to college, one that didn't, there's one that made all the wrong choices in the world, there's one that made all the best choices in the world. And which one that you experience being at any, point in time is the one that you collapse upon with your frequency, with your energy, with your intentions. Okay, that is how I believe that the world is set up, which is why I can easily move between these different parallel worlds. Okay, so I know that there's a lot that I don't remember, and some I get flashes of, but I am going to share with y'all the ones that I do remember. But I'm going to do them one at a time. I'm not going to try to sit here and tell y'all all this shit, because I feel like the more that I start to talk about it, the more I'm going to remember, which is because, by association, that's how thoughts work. You start pulling up this stuff out of your subconscious. So I want us to do this, but we're going to do it little by little, so we can, so we can break every little piece down and figure this out together, because this is a puzzle that once we put it together, we're going to figure out how to overcome and escape this matrix reality. Okay. I'm so ready to. It's coming together as we speak, though, Late 1983. It is coming together, and it is very real, and it is definitely coming, because anytime I'm showed something in a dream, it is coming. You know what I'm saying? All my life, I have never been wrong about this. So I know that it's coming, which is why I have peace about some of the things that are happening, even though it's still horrible in the moment. I know how it ends, which is why I'm okay to just kind of sit back sometimes and sip my wine and allow things to unfold. It's a beautiful world. It's been untouched. It has a glow around it. The water is clean. Everything's clean. It's exciting. It's beautiful. And it's something that we've earned spiritually, because not everybody's going. Mixed with ours is too much dark shit everywhere in the media. You know, Star, that's always been a possibility and something that I always kind of felt too. But I feel like I ain't gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't belong there to begin with. Like when I was there, I was the only one who was aware. Like, damn, these people are used to this. This is their world. They think that this is how shit is, and they don't know any better. And I always knew that I didn't belong there, and I never felt like I was going to have to stay there, and I never have had to stay there. And so you're right, that world probably is going to mix with this world. That world is probably going to consume this world. Okay, all I know is I'm not going to be here because I don't belong. You know what I'm saying? And just like I said, I don't feel that much different about this world that we're in right now. I feel like I've never felt like I belong here, because people here, like I said, most people are narcissistic in nature, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's a lot of other people who don't belong here as well, which is why I always looked in the sky. I'm always looking at the sky. I've always known that something was going to come from the sky to get me. I always known that my home was up there. Okay. And it doesn't necessarily mean one of those planets up there, because again, I feel like those are angels. But when we look up there, we're basically looking to the higher dimensions. It's all symbolic. It's relative as well, though. And so the higher dimensions, you know what I'm saying? There's dimensions below us as well. But I've always known that something was coming to get me. Think about the songs that our ancestors would sing: "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot." Now, back then, what chariots were there, and since when does a chariot on wheels need to swing low? Okay, these are not chariots like that. These are the chariots of the gods. Okay, that are going to be coming down to get us, because we are not from here. We don't belong here. I'm not saying everybody, but if you don't belong here, you know it. Okay. If you're going with us, you already know it. So, you know what I'm saying? I know that I don't belong here, so I'm not worried about what's really going to be happening here. So yeah, you guys, I just wanted to stop by and hang out with y'all for a minute to share that with y'all. And I'm glad that I did, like I said, because I never thought that anybody would be able to relate to this other world that I go to. So, I'm gonna share y'all about some of my other experiences so that we can share. And like I said, the reason why I haven't shared a lot of things is because of all the haters that's always watching, lurking, trying to analyze your shit or either steal your shit and incorporate it into they bullshit ass stories or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just tell the truth, and then you ain't got to worry about none of that. But that's neither here nor there. That's their business. But so I will come back, you guys. I'm at least going to try to come back once a day, and then some nights I will come back later. I'm thinking I may come back tonight, but I probably won't be on camera. Um, but because I feel like I'm gonna be up tonight. I'm reading this book, and it's really good. Okay, Voodoo Love Magic. And so I'm getting some new info under my belt. And I'm not necessarily reading the book to learn spells, but it's always good to be touched up on your craft, or from every level. And again, I'm an eclectic witch, so I learn from a little bit of everything. If y'all saw my book collection, you would understand me a little bit more in my mind. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause all my life I've been a reader, and I'm addicted to learning. Okay, so that's what's fun for me. You know what I'm saying? Learning is what I do for fun. So I'm not boring though. Y'all know I love to dance. I love music. I love to hang out with my friends. I like having fun, because I know that fun is just as much a necessary part of life for us to be healthy as anything else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a lot of fun to be around. We like to hang out, and I'm thinking about planning a meet and greet coming soon. Okay, maybe in March, because my daughter's coming. It would probably have to be later in the, like, maybe July or August. Okay, but if anybody's is interested in a meet and greet, Angela, if you're not subscribed to me on on Patreon, on Oshun Najee Exclusive or BadassWitch Exclusive, go ahead and subscribe to one of those, and I will build some altars. I'll show you guys how to build altars. I'll just basically use mine and show y'all how I built them and show you what's on them and how to place your things and all that. But I'm going to do that on Patreon because, again, y'all know why. So, so just go ahead and subscribe to there. And I'm going to start some stuff on there this week. And I think I'm going to go ahead and start some of the No Narc Network presentations, not necessarily the live streams, but I will go ahead and put some of the information and the resources and stuff on there so that, they will be there. And then when I get the people on there, then we'll just start the nightly live streams, because the support group is more than just the live streams. And so, we want to make, like I said, resources available. We want to be available to one another, and we want to be able to freely express ourselves, which I know that a lot of people in narcissistic relationships, whether it be romantic, whatever, don't get to do that. So this is why I'm opening up the live chat. And like I said, every night they will last for at least an hour, but they can last as long as they need to last. But we're going to give it a minimum of an hour so that people are able to come in and talk about what they're going through, what they've been through, and just have a space, a safe space to freely express your feelings and emotions, because it is therapeutic. Okay. And I want to be able to do this in a safe environment amongst other people, in a judgment free environment. Okay. So I only join if you're interested in being a support to other people and also getting some support for yourself. Don't join if you're not going to share and you just want to listen to everybody else's shit. Everybody that comes in there, I expect you to share. I expect you to be open and honest, and also to be willing to be a resource and a support for the other people in the group. Okay. So I just wanted to lay out some guidelines so y'all know what's up. What's up, Saffron, and everybody else that recently came into the room. Y'all are catching me at the end. I'm halfway through my glass of wine. And when this is done, I'm done with my bottle of wine, y'all, and I probably won't get no more until maybe Saturday. Okay. Because I'm not just a regular wine drinker. Most of the time I'm drinking water or lemonade, which I juice lemons and limes every day. And I also juice ginger. These are 3 things that I juice more than anything. And so I'm always making me some fresh lemonade, because Oshun don't just like oranges and all that. We like basically all the citrus fruits. Okay. So I keep me a bowl of lemons and limes, and I love the smell of it when I'm juicing them, and the smell of the ginger. So I got a big ass thing of ginger juice in my refrigerator. I make tea out of it. I make lemon and ginger water for my mom, and I take them to different people. I make elixirs and shit, but those are my 3 favorite things I like to juice. And that's usually what I'm drinking: lemonade or limeade or something. So, but a little wine ain't never hurt nobody. Okay. So it's okay to drink your wine every now and then. Just don't get, inebriated. Do not allow your mind to be impaired. Use it enough to relax and chill, everything in moderation. So anyway, you guys, I'm just babbling at this point, just rambling. So I just wanted to, I love lemons and limes. One, I love the green and the yellow color. Okay. And then the flavor, it feels like I'm eating green and I'm eating yellow. But anyway, I also got me some fruity flavored Lucky Charms. That's my late night snack, y'all. I did have a box of they got the Lucky Charms that's for like St. Patrick's Day. So they only had green and yellow marshmallows in them. So that's the kind of little shit that I treat myself with late at night. So now I got a bowl of fruity fruity what are they? Fruity Lucky Charms. So they're pink and they taste fruity, and then they got the little unicorn marshmallows and the rainbow marshmallow. So I like little cute pink shit like that. I like little girly shit, and y'all know I love my sweets. So so that's what I eat at night for a late night snack when I want some sweets. And I just bought me a fresh box today. So I'm not finished with the last box, but I probably got like 2 more bowls in there. So I went ahead and bought me a fresh box today. So, those are the kinds of things I do. I sit around chilling, eating my sweets at night, editing videos, and reading some good ass books. Okay. Adorning myself with knowledge. Okay. So I'm just trying to, yes, those fruity, y'all, they are so good. Okay, the fruity Lucky Charms. See, my brother, well, I ain't finna go all off into it because he always reading the boxes and shit and talking about this got GMOs in it. And it's true, and we shouldn't be eating GMOs and shit. But it's like, I'm like, I convince myself that it's probably only like 1% GMO. But I don't really eat a lot of GMO shit. But my brother always comes down here reading my damn labels and shit and throwing my shit away or making me not want to eat it. But I'm gonna eat these damn cereal. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? I know how to bless my stuff before I eat it. So yes, the fruity Lucky Charms, okay, and the St. Patrick's Day ones where all of the marshmallows are yellow and green, and your milk turns green at the end because y'all know green is my favorite color. You know what I'm saying? Because of life, because of trees, because of grass. I love green foliage plants. It just represents life to me. Also, money. But money is like the last of the reasons why I love it. It's just a very beautiful feeling tone and color. Okay. So let me get off here. I'm rambling, y'all. So I'm about to, like I said, I'm about to go eat me some cereal. I'm about to go edit a few videos, and I'm about to read the rest of my book because this book is really good. And whatever I learned in here that I didn't already know, I'll come and share with you guys. Okay. Or if it reminds me of something that I do know. Okay. So yeah, so thank everybody for coming by. Thank my wrench gang for always holding it down. Thank you to the supporters who have sent in Cash App and PayPal donations. I love you guys. The ones who have sent them in this week, you will be on my money altar, my weekly prosperity ritual, which I will be filming this week. This week's ritual on Thursday. So and if anyone wants to donate, the links are in the description. And until we meet again, my people, keep it classy, keep it clean, and do what y'all got to do to make shit happen. Peace.